This is the dossier which is saying everything. According to the Indian dossier, those two men, one of them was Ajmal Kasab, other was Ismail, after slaughtering people and coming out of the cordon of hundreds of policemen from the railway station, they come out and
safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
No injuries,
no
nothing.
injuries, and they're on the road. And then they conduct some adventures. They hijack a police vehicle, they kill so many policemen.
They hijack a police
vehicle, and then they drive and they hijack another car, and then they come across a barricade of police, and finally an exchange of fire takes place, and Ismail was killed, and Ajmal Kasab was captured alive. According to the dossier. So everything that happened, it happened on the first night within first couple of hours, because after their rampage, supposed rampage at the railway station, it did not take them more than an hour to do all this, which the Indian dossier is saying.
Obviously.
Now here two things are very, very critical. One thing is, the one picture of Ajmal Kasab and Ismail shows them at the gate of a hotel. And the funny part is, they never reached any hotel.
Because one was killed and the other one was captured.
Exactly. Right after the railway station, supposedly they were killed and captured on the roadside. So how come that picture is shown in a hotel? That's part one.
That's a big question mark.
That's a big question mark. And second thing is, they were captured within the first hour of the operation, according to this dossier.
Okay.
But the news of his being captured alive came to us after 60 hours.
Almost 3-4 days.
Almost 4 days, when everything was over and the entire operation in the Taj Hotel was over. Then the Indian media says they have killed all and captured one. And remember this, the Belfast Telegraph reports categorically says they captured so many people, not one, but they let them go. They're hushing up everything because they were Americans, they were Mauritanians, they were British, and they were Malaysians. And they had those documents. So keep that reporting, keep this information in mind, which the dossier is giving. The
huge contradiction.
Contradiction is hilarious. Contradiction is ridiculous, actually. And it doesn't make sense. The man is killed on the street. How can he be pictured in Taj Hotel or Oberoi Hotel? According to this, he was killed on the streets. And
these are two separate stories.
Two separate stories, because according to them, the Taj Hotel again is one of their icons, 7-star or 5-star hotel. The 4 men, according to this dossier, entered that hotel, and those 4 men kept.
Now the story the story is, according to the Indian intelligence agency or whatever.
Or the dossier that they've given.
There were 10 people. They got into a group of 2 each, a pair, 5 pairs. 1 pair, 1 guy is killed, 1 is captured. Ajmal Kasab is captured.
Yeah.
Now there are 8 left. 4 get into Taj Mahal.
4, yani 2 pairs get into Taj Hotel.
Okay.
1 goes into Oberoi.
Okay.
And was into that Jewish house.
Okay.
One group
now everybody is
placed
okay,
there.
Perfect.
So Taj Hotel has got 4 people according to the Indian dossier. And 4,000 cops, commandos, special forces kept battling them for what, 60 hours?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Wow. That's some score. That's some performance. That's some efficiency.
1 to 1,000.
1 to 1,000. And they hold out.
And how is it possible? How much weapon were they carrying? And how much weapon can you actually hold?
Can you actually hold? And how much weapon can you actually carry? You see? And this is the funny part. And now I'm going to quote a few more things to you. Something very interesting. Because coming to the segment where Indians says that they have captured the communication, telephonic conversation between their handlers in Pakistan and the terrorists. And the conversation they give is from the Jewish house. And the fact of the matter is that this information cannot be verified for simple reason that both these men supposedly whom they placed in the Jewish house were dead. So the dead people don't speak. And naturally, there is absolutely no proof for any conversation. The only conversation we have heard, which the person was talking from the Jewish house to the television anchor, he was speaking Hindi, not Urdu. We have discussed that earlier. And that recording.
There were 10, 11, 12 words used.
Exactly.
Which Urdu.
And that conversation was done from the Jewish center, from the Jewish house. So basically, this information that Pakistanis from Pakistan were controlling their assets or terrorists inside the Jewish center is ridiculous again, because when you read these transcripts to a Western audience, they cannot make out that this language is Hindi or Urdu.
But we understand.
But we understand. Yeah. So if you translate this conversation in English, you would feel, wow, they've got a translate conversation going on.
That's the difference between an American and a British. Simple.
You see? And a Western audience would say, okay, a conversation has been recorded, assuming that this is what the Indian Raw and Mossad is saying is true, which of course ridiculous to assume itself they would be speaking the truth. And you translate that in English because the British papers have reproduced certain conversations. What they are saying is, those men got down from the boat onto the beaches of Mumbai, took taxis, divided themselves into a pair of two. And then...
So basically there were 10 people in a pair of two, 5 groups.
Five groups. And one group, which consisting of Ajmal Kasab and Ismail, they take 2 taxis. They sit in separate taxis.
Why? Why was that so?
Suppose when they were pairing together, and so 2 taxis were supposed to follow each other, apparently, and then they get down and put and plant bombs in those taxis. While they walk away, the bombs explode behind them, killing the taxi drivers. What kind of rubbish story it is? Even third-rate cinema script writers could come up with better stories. Because if the objective of those 2 men, supposedly, was to kill people in a certain place, why would they draw the attention of the entire world by blowing up 2 empty taxis when they have already alighted from them, when they've already gotten off from them? And what
they would be very stupid if they would do that,
very stupid to use their explosive devices to blow up 2 empty taxis when nobody is
for no reason.
For no reason. Absolutely.
Just to be in the limelight, maybe.
Just to be in the limelight. So this is again one of the proof.
This is what the Indians say.
This is the Indian dossier is saying.
God.
Would you believe this?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen comedies, but this beats them all. And the final part is, we come to the story where the Indian dossier writes about the incident.
Okay, now it says, it says one taxi was blown up at Wadi Bandar and the other at Vili-Parli, killing the 2 taxi drivers. So, and
rubbish.
Just creating a scene that,
2 bomb explosions for no reason, while the terrorists are still walking on the feet, along with their weapon caches and weapon backpacks full of weapons.
What next? What happened after that?
You see, the funny part again, keep one thing in mind. Then the Indian police is saying, the Indian dossier is saying, 2 terrorists walk into the railway station, kill almost 200 people.
Okay, now the story is, they're off from the boat, they're in a cab, in 2 cabs rather, these 2 characters, Kasab and Ismail, and then they blow up those taxis, and they got out, and now they are going to the railway station.
Then they go to the railway station.
Okay.
So they have reached the railway station now. Then they take out their guns, start slaughtering people left, right, and center. Now, Indian
dossier... You're talking about the Bombay railway station.
We are talking about the Bombay railway station with 3.5 million people use that every day. That's the Bombay railway station we are talking about. And they are saying, the dossier is saying, there were few policemen here and there who tried to stop those men. Few policemen? Surely the policemen were more than 2, because according to the dossier, there were only 2 terrorists.
So the few means not 1?
Few means not 1.
Could be 2 or could be 20.
And now if you remember, the news report that D'Souza, that photographer, which his report that we quoted earlier, now we go back there, and D'Souza said at that time, the police
if I had a gun,
I would have shot them, and police were all around them, covering them, but not shooting at them. So this Indian dossier, that police fought with them and they fought their way through, and they killed hundreds of people, and they don't get shot themselves. What kind? Even the weirdest of Hollywood or Bollywood movies don't come up with this kind of stupid plot.
Matrix, maybe.
You see? And those 2 men, imagine, they kill almost 200 people, killed or wounded. Can you imagine how much ammunition they would use? How much ammunition? To kill 200 people, you need to fire thousands of bullets.
How, absolutely.
You see? And then they walk out from the railway station and start walking on Mumbai streets, firing around.
What about entering through some scanners or something?
You see, again, this is not clear. Again, this is not clear.
Technically speaking, if they went to the railway station, those scanners were supposed to be there then, because that's the only pictures they have.
Indians are never mentioned, because the pictures supposedly taking those 2 men walking out to walk-through gates. Walk-through gates are supposed to be in the hotels, not at the railway station.
That's what I'm saying.
Because in a railway station with 3.5 million